Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Alberta Business Outlook interview series. My name is Kimberly Howard, and I'm a business law partner in our energy group at McCarthy Tatro in Calgary. On this episode, I'm speaking with Jamie Houssain, the principal of Elemental Energy, and Dan Eaton, Elemental's director of project development. Elemental Energy is a dynamic company that's helping to accelerate the transition to a clean energy economy by investing in, developing, and managing renewable energy projects, including a large number of projects here in Alberta. Thank you for joining us, Jamie and Dan.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So the hot topic that we can't seem to stop talking about is the pandemic. So first question I'd like to ask is, how were your projects or your development process affected by the pandemic? And what have you had to do to adjust to this new normal?
Yeah, I'll take that one. I'd say likely the biggest impact to us was related to our Innisfail solar project, which was really right in the midst of construction when COVID started to spread across the country. There were definitely some challenges, unique challenges caused by COVID. And I guess I'd just say that, it was a lot of collaboration between our construction management team, along with our suppliers and various contractors, and to keep the project on time and on budget, which in the end went quite well for us.
So it sounds like you guys have really been able to weather the storm and not be able to continue your development and all of your engagement processes without having to skip a beat.
Yeah, there's no question that the COVID pandemic has created challenges, around the world. But I think the unique thing about the renewable energy business is that it's just constantly changing so much. And sometimes people talk about the need for certainty when making investment decisions. And frankly, in our space, renewable energy developers and investors become somewhat accustomed to rapid external change and making decisions in the face of uncertainty. And so we've had to continue to do that. And despite some of the near-term challenges that COVID has presented, we take a long-term view on this industry as well as our projects, and look forward to really continuing to move things forward.
So Elemental has been very successful in completing, the Brooks Solar Project, which was Western Canada's first utility-scale solar project. And you have a number of other projects at various stages of development. Clearly, Elemental has an interest in Alberta. So what makes Alberta an attractive jurisdiction?
Yeah, we've really enjoyed working in Alberta. As you mentioned, the Brooks project, we most recently completed the Innisfail solar project as well. And we've just found the entrepreneurial spirit. Quite frankly, it sounds a little perhaps cliche or cheesy, but the entrepreneurial spirit in Alberta, I think, is alive and well, despite some of the the high level macroeconomic challenges. And we're from British Columbia, but it's frankly, our renewable energy market right now in British Columbia is on the slow side, and so it's been great for us to be able to set up shop in Alberta and develop projects there. There is a lot of expertise in the power sector, the renewable energy sector in Alberta. We're always amazed by the quality of consultants and advisors and lawyers in Alberta, and we've really enjoyed what we've been able to accomplish, and look forward to the next couple of years. As you mentioned, we've got a pipeline of additional renewable development assets and hoping to bring more online soon.
One thing that's always impressed our team about the Elemental team is your ability to attract different types of capital to your projects. This has included various private power purchase agreements, or PPAs. What do you think, this is kind of a compound question, what do you think sets Elemental apart that's given it success in attracting this capital? And do you see the market changing at all in light of the current economic conditions in the pandemic in Alberta?
To your second question, I think there are certain macroeconomic challenges in Alberta that people are aware of that we need to navigate through. But having said that, we feel very confident that there will be opportunities in particular for renewables going forward. And how do you get that stuff done? Our team's done an incredible job of putting the different pieces together, be it on the early stage development, into construction, and now into operating our facilities. It's been a real team effort, both an internal team on the Elemental side, with our development team that Dan leads, as well as with external partners, local community members, as I say, environmental consultants, and different operations and maintenance partners that we work with, indigenous partners. So there's just a wide range of folks that come together to make these projects, to make them real. And I think what sets our team apart is just the ability to navigate really all the different steps that are required. And I think that because Alberta is very unique, a very unique market, it's unlike any other jurisdiction in North America, and we've worked across North America. Once you figure out some of those nuances, it does give you a little bit of a competitive advantage.
Yeah, and I think as a company, we really do pride ourselves on diligence and diving deep on all facets of project development, construction, financing, and as operators, we operate projects ourselves. So, we're able to really bring that all together and leverage all that knowledge, and then obviously pairing that with, always being on top of market conditions and keeping in touch with all the various experts in the field, sort of gives us a lot of confidence in this market.
What emerging trends do you see coming out of the rest of 2020 and into 2021 for your industry and specifically your projects in Alberta?
I mean, it's as everyone knows, it is difficult to predict the future right now. There's just so many moving parts going on. We're certainly awaiting more detail from the federal government about their clean recovery stimulus and what that might look like for the renewable energy industry in particular. Hearing some rumblings that some of that may be coming out soon. There's of course been a lot of talk throughout Canada about what a green or a clean recovery looks like, and how governments can help to stimulate that. But frankly, it's been a little short on details, so we are optimistically looking forward to getting a little more detail on that. And then, specifically with regards to Alberta, really looking forward to opportunities for collaboration with Indigenous partners. There have been some things coming out with regards to incentives for that. We really value the Indigenous partnerships that we've been able to develop over the past several years in Alberta and elsewhere. And I think that will pay, the opportunity for Indigenous partners to play a meaningful role in the development of renewable energy projects is exciting, and we're hoping to play a role in that as well. We're also anticipating continued further engagement and announcement from more corporate renewable energy buyers. It's been a huge trend. It's been in the media a little bit lately, but we anticipate seeing more corporate buyers, and Alberta is really a focus for corporations that want to procure renewable energy. So we are hoping to continue to play a role in that sector as well.
Going back to one of the themes you touched on, so what is meaningful Indigenous participation in one of Elemental's projects, and what does it look like?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, no two projects are alike, and our sort of core philosophical belief is to listen as much as possible. And Indigenous partners all have just different aspirations and goals, and we try to find opportunities where we can work together to accomplish our goals simultaneously with goals that they may have to be participants, and that could hopefully that entails true partnership in the form of long-term ownership of facilities and that capacity building, whereby Indigenous partners can be engaged in the process right through the development of these projects, through construction and into operations. So I think there will be some real opportunities to engage at a meaningful level.
And just to tie that up further, we've got a pretty exciting project just next door in Saskatchewan with Cowessess First Nation, where we're effectively 50-50 partners on the project, and it's actually a project also on their reserve land, so it's quite unique in that regard as well.
Well, thank you, Jamie and Dan, for joining us today and taking time out of your busy days. It was definitely an informative discussion. So I'd like to invite our viewers who would like to learn more about Elemental Energy that you can visit their website at elementalenergy.ca. And please also make sure to check out our firm's COVID-19 Recovery Hub, which you can find on the main page of our website at mccarthy.ca.